Shit Dad Podcast.
Celebrating the mistakes that all parents make. You're listening to the Shit Dad Podcast.
G'day, and welcome back to the Shit Dad Podcast, where we turn you from lad to quintessential Aussie dad, talking about our fatherhood experiences along the way. I'm Cam.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Dave.
And thanks again for taking time out of your busy lives to hear about our experiences and share your own. Now, this is episode 89. Can you believe that?
Huge, boys. This is awesome.
Getting up there almost at the hungy. And
Almost
tonight,
at the cinch.
tonight we're going to be discussing domestic dads. And
dads.
we are looking at all things around the home and roles that dads play in 2023.
It's all about the 20s.
Now, very excitedly, this episode is brought to you by the Yeah the Dad's new drop, available at yeahthedads.com.au, a clothing brand for dads by dads. Now,
Have you guys got yours yet?
not yet.
No.
I'm like waiting with bated breath. They look really good. And if it's going off if it's going off the last drop, this one's going to be tight.
I know. I've had so many
Not
comments.
sizing wise.
Yeah. Sick. Yeah. We'll get you the right sizing accordingly. No, I had so many comments on Instagram around like, where'd you get this stuff from?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is looking good.
Looking forward to it.
Now, they've got their new bubble
Pastels.
tees and surf caps. Two new colours, orchid and pistachio. Dave, do you know what?
We have looked up what the orchid colour is. The orchid colour can be described as a soft magenta or a shade of purple that has a pink, blue, as well as greyish undertones.
But I'm pretty sure it's white.
Yeah, it looks pretty white to me.
Jump on the site, have a look and see which you prefer. $1 from every garment goes back to men's health and through a charity called Self-Seen. Self-Seen is a support network for men and women within the community, helping men and women through their personal battles with mental health. So that's awesome. So get on board and get some new merch.
Gets me so excited.
A bit too excited, eh?
Oh, we can see. But it's a good cause. It's a great shirt and
Yep.
$1 going back to the great charity.
Love it. Hey guys, Cam, so we obviously went to the Dolphins game, the PHINS. We tried to get our fins up. I refused to get my fins up as a Dolphins fan, but I just humoured you just because I'm like that.
My fin was a bit limp.
Yeah, it was like it looked like Free Willy at the end of the game, the bent dorsal.
Was that before or after he jumped the wall, though? Because it was pretty heavy after he jumped the wall. Was it the reverse?
So on the way to the footy, right? So as disappointing as that whole night was with the fins actually going down, we'll talk about that in the wrap up real quick. But on the way there, I went straight from work that night and I jumped on the train, the bus at Chermside on Brisbane's north. Cherms. And the line was effing humongous to start with. I'm like, is this really worth it? Like, do I really want to see the Dolphins play that much? But I battled through it just to see the boys. It was good night.
You wanted to see Melbourne, didn't you?
However, yeah, exactly. However, I noticed one thing at Chermside, and it was two very stressed-looking gentlemen. And I was like, this is weird. Why do they like? They look really stressed out. They don't look themselves. Like, I don't know them from a bar of soap. But I was like, that's not what a normal human male is supposed to look like.
Especially going to the footy.
Going to the footy is like
Coming
something
back here,
it's
I mean, like,
pretty
it's a lot-
relaxing. Yeah. You're like, this is going to be a good night. Why are you so stressed out? Then I saw it. There was a group of 10 young gentlemen. I'm talking like between, I don't know, 8 and 12, I'm going to put it as the age bracket. And it was a footy team. And I was like, that's why. They are fucking stressed to the limb. And I was sitting there going, why would you put yourself through that? And like, obviously we all do it because anyone who's volunteered before will be like, yeah, you do it for the kids. It's like, you're going to make their entire month like doing something like this. It's probably made their entire season. It's like a footy trip. I was with them from Chermside until we got off the bus at Suncorp Stadium. And all I can describe it as is a clusterfuck. It was just like, the boys were pretty well behaved, but God, were they noisy. Holy shit. And then the dads, like, they were sitting down the front just like whispering to each other, like, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall in that conversation. That would have been so good. But yeah, the boys and like kids today, I was looking over the shoulder. It's weird, but I was like looking over their shoulder, like I was standing up in the middle and there was kids either side. And I was like looking over, like what do kids look at on their phone these days? They are like playing FIFA Ultimate Team, like doing trades and all that sort of shit.
TikToking?
I'm like, no, there was a bit of Snapchatting and TikToking and stuff, but I wasn't looking too closely. I was just sort of glancing here and there between, like, just trying not to be on my phone because standing up, I was holding on for dear life. The driver was a friggin' maniac. But yeah, basically, I was just surprised to see what kids that age are looking at these days. They were very fluent probably more fluent than me in phone use. But yeah, brave dads.
Yeah, good on them.
Taking
Well
10
done.
kids to the footy. All I can say is my 3 kids, I took them to the shop the day after, Chermside as well, at the big shopping centre, and it was bedlam. They couldn't even walk in a straight line. They couldn't stay within 5 metres of me. They were all walking in different styles. One was doing the crab walk at one stage, and the other one was running ahead. One was doing twirly whirls, like it's just doing 360 walking. It was just the weirdest thing. And I was like, if this was me taking 10 kids to the footy, I think I'd leave them there. Yeah.
You'd be at risk of losing some. You'd be
Oh,
so
mate.
stressed. Yeah.
I would have turned around.
Yeah, mate.
Definitely turned. I would have gone.
All I
like,
can say is the
nah.
transport looked worse than the game itself because once they're in the seats, it's all sweet.
Yeah.
Like, unless someone needs to go to the toilet or go get some food or something. But once they're in the seats, it's all sweet. Catching the bus, you're sweet because they're sitting down, they're contained. But at the bus stop, like, don't go near the road. And like, get
the
the
bus
veins
stop-
popping in the forehead. And
The bus stop's right there on the road.
Yeah.
Still again on the corner.
Yeah, it's on the corner.
So it's like right there on the main road. Like,
It's dangerous.
yep.
My wife brought the kids to meet me as I got off the train today, which sounds nice in theory, but they got off and I was just picked one up and I said, like, g'day, but don't bring them here because they're going to jump on the train tracks. My son will just run towards them.
Yeah.
Keep them 50 metres away from the train.
Pretty sure our 2 boys would walk into the sea if you didn't stop them. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, thanks for sharing that story, Nick. Couple of things to remind the listeners. If you want to get in touch with us, hit us up at ShitDadPod on Instagram or shitdadpod@gmail.com. Send us through some stories, questions, photos, whatever you got.
Look, while we're talking about that, lads, I brought in 2 things. Oh, well, I got sent one and then brought another one in. This one was from one of the kids in the class's dad that I supplied a shirt to. It's been sitting in my bag for, I don't know how long, probably 6 months.
The shirt or the note?
No, the note. The note. With the $20 in there. It said, Dave, thanks for the shirt. Great podcast. Avid listener. So that's Art. So well done,
On your
Thanks
Art.
very
Cheers,
much, mate. Yes, and I do hear about it from your daughter every time she gets in the car. You tell her, no, block your ears. Block your ears. So thank you for looking after me too. And another one, though, I got it from a colleague of mine. And her brother has one of our shirts. He's not a dad yet. He's just preparing himself. But clearly this shirt means so much to him. And this was the message I got. I just like to let you know that out of all the years I've been stealing clothes from my brother's wardrobe, today was the first time I told him to put something back. And it was your podcast shirt. I was trying to steal it for the gym. I responded, I said, look, I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't let you to get our free advertising out there, but I'm kind of glad he has so much love for our shirt.
Yeah.
Her response was, I did tell him that you were taking advertising away from your main man, Davo, who had a very busy gym. But apparently there's a line, and I clearly found it.
Yeah.
So
So if anyone actually wants a shirt, they're $30 each.
yeah, now they are. Yeah. No. But it's probably a good segue. It's a bit of a joke that I've...
Yeah, we missed you last week.
Yeah.
So we had
It was.
to have a couple of things,
Our
pretty
walking
average
joke.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a couple here too in case this one flops, because I did listen. So a priest walks down from church into the market. He sees a young boy at the stand selling fish. He said, I've never seen fish like these. So he walks over and asks the boys, what type of fish is this? And the boy replies, sons of bitches. The priest says, you shouldn't talk like that, son. The little boy says, no, that's the name of the fish. The priest says, all right, I guess that's all right. I'll take some of them. The priest goes home, cooks the fish and says, wow, these are great. And you know who'd love these? The cardinal. So the priest buys more fish. The following week is having dinner with the cardinal. The priest says, these are some tasty sons of bitches, eh? And the cardinal says, Father, you're a man of the cloth. I've never heard you speak like that in all the years I've known you. The priest says, no, it's the name of the fish. Cardinal looks at him and says, really? Oh, okay. But you know who would really love these? the Pope. So the following Sunday, the priest and the cardinal are sitting down to dinner with the Pope. The priest looks at the cardinal and says, "These are some tasty sons of bitches, huh?" The cardinal says, "These are the tastiest sons of bitches I've ever had." They turn to the Pope. The Pope sets down his knife, then sets down his fork, looks at the priest and the cardinal and says, "Ha, you motherfuckers are all right."
that's good.
I thought that was a good one.
That was a long draw, but it was good.
I think it had to be in the draw, but yeah, and that's it. I agree with you, Cam. I heard your comment last week. It's hard to find these jokes that actually keep you,
Yeah.
but are funny.
Yeah.
Have a payoff.
Yeah. So I found one, which is good. Yeah.
All right, well, let's get stuck into our discussion. Obviously, I mentioned domestic dads. We put a question to the listeners, and that question was on socials, on Instagram. Who does more around the house at your place? And Nick, we got some good responses.
Yeah, well, the first one was more mess, the kids, more constructive work / cleaning, cooking, the missus. We had mum, aka me, hashtag shit mum. More complaining or more housework was my personal favourite. Do participation ribbons count? Nah, team effort. I love the little... nah.
No, I do shit.
No, I promise, clearly me, but depends whether you ask me or the wife. That's good. Dad. Oh, there you go. That might have been a dad talking. But I'm not even going to lie, deny, or sugarcoat it. It's 200% my wife, Wonder Woman. She hacked his phone. 100%.
Clearly.
Just to respond.
I know we've spoken about a voice, but what about you, Camo?
We've got things that we prefer to do, I would
Yeah.
say. If it's cooking, that's definitely my wife's favourite thing to do. She's really good.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing a few baking or doing like breakfast and pancakes and things with the kids. But that's definitely her domain. Cleaning is definitely, I'd say, a shared thing.
Yeah.
I generally avoid bathroom cleaning. I'm just like, oh, I'm not really interested in that. But I'll clean other things like, pressure clean the back deck.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's obviously doing all the outside work. So,
So you're the outside.
With the
Yeah.
headphones
Yeah.
on.
that's it. Headphones.
With noise cancelling headphones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
And
But also, I'm, as I mentioned before many times, definitely the one often doing the laundry and getting loads on and loads off. Nothing like a load off.
I'll get my load off all the time.
That's right. And I'm definitely the one that cleans up just the utter pure amount of just shit everywhere
Yeah.
with toys and all of that.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I'd say I'm a tidier, more of a tidier,
Than a
less
cleaner.
of a cleaner.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Me, Dad.
Yeah. All outside's me, hence why it doesn't look amazing. Except for the grass, I'm mowed, but it
Yeah,
just
you
takes
got
me
grass
so,
pride. Yeah.
It does, like the front, yes, definitely. Back, I don't care because of the dog, but front, definitely. But it just takes so long. Just so it looks like a 3-hour
Yeah,
thing.
mate. Yeah, it's a process.
And I just sit there and I'm like, oh. But then afterwards, after I do it, I sit there and I'm like, this fucking looks amazing. Looks amazing. So it's worth it. So yeah, everything outside. Inside, it's pretty much all the wife, except for cleaning of the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
That's shower's me. She does like all the other stuff, but the shower. So like it's a big job. It's like spray the bleach, do all this. My OCD kind of kicks in. But then I can't touch anything or smell anything for like about 3 days later because I'm just covered in bleach because I don't wear the gloves or anything like that. I agree with you. I'm a tidier. Like kids to clean the shit up. I like spill this box, so you're cleaning it up, and while they're spilling the other fucking 4 in the other in the land, so then it's like following them around tidying up.
It's
Yeah.
probably a good segue, boys. Boys. Probably a good segue. Have you heard of the phrase DOESband? Not husband, DOESband.
No.
No,
Okay, I
not-
saw it this week and I was intrigued, so I did a bit of digging. A DOESband is not doing anything his wife is not, nor is she expecting him to do all this stuff all the time. A DOESband simply gets on with what needs doing because he understands how his own home runs. That was a British person. Fucking hell. That was a British person talking then, right? So I'll translate that to Australian. Basically, old mate / the husband does what needs doing and doesn't expect the wife to do everything. That's pretty much the state of a DOESband. And I can honestly say I don't know anyone who isn't a DOESband in
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah.
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 I don't think there's any expectation now to get home from work
Nah.
and sit down, feet up. And,
Well, it sort of strengthens that topic we spoke about a couple of weeks ago about the mental load. Remember that?
yeah.
And this was like a follow-up from it as well. The mental load is the invisible labor of managing a household on top of a job and a relationship. No matter how much your partner contributes, if you have to ask or remind them, you still carry the bulk of the work, which is not equal. So that is probably a better roundup of mental load than we had the other week. So I don't know. When I first heard the phrase DOESband, I was like, fucking hell, here we go. Another 2023 buzz phrase that's like, oh, I want a husband that just does everything and like cooks and cleans. I'm like, and what do you do? What do you bring to the table? But it's not. It's a husband who does stuff without being asked
Just because he knows it needs to be
and
done.
he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the mental load is definitely something that wives tend to take on.
Is it forced though? Is it something that they just put pressure on themselves about just for the sake of it? Like, oh, don't forget drink bottles and like.
Is it just the nature? Like
Is it
of
stuff
the mum?
that doesn't matter?
I don't know. I feel like just like are on different speeds sometimes. Like my speed is slow and relaxed, and I will get there and it'll get done. Versus I think my wife's is often, oh, I haven't thought about this, thinking 10, 20 steps ahead, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get there. Just like eventually.
I'm on step
I don't
one.
think there's a right or wrong way.
No.
I think it's just your personal style.
I totally agree. Like if you can get out, like example, get out the door with your kids, with snacks, nappy bag if they need a nappy bag, and water bottles or whatever. It's perfect.
I think we
You
should
can-
return to this topic in March next year.
Yeah.
Because in January and February, I'm going to be on primary carers leave
Good.
for
Ooh.
Yeah.
for 2 months with the new guy, and just me and him. Obviously, the kids will be in school and daycare.
Yep.
The other guys. So maybe we can circle back to it, and I can say, all right, all this kind of specific time focused at home with him.
Yeah.
Does that give me more opportunity to think about some of those things that need to be done, or the mental load, or operate at a different pace?
See, I feel like as a shift working DOESband, I'm home more with the kids, so I have the mental load, but I don't have the mental capacity to carry that load. So I basically just get what I can think of done. Yeah. So perfect example, weekdays, gym with Dave at Anytime Fitness, cheeky plug. And then we go, so 5 till 6, gym, coffee, get home, kids are just waking up, feed the kids, Mrs. wakes up, make the lunches. So I'm usually doing that to take the load off her. She has a breakfast. She goes up and gets dressed while I sit down and have a coffee. It's like the perfect, we've worked out a little balance there. So I sit down and have a coffee and scroll through my phone, doing what she did while she was eating breakfast and I was packing the lunches. And then so she's currently getting the kids ready for school, getting ready for the days and stuff. And then I go up as they're coming down. Takes me 2 seconds to do what I got to do. And then we're all ready to go within like half an hour.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. And then on weekends, completely different. So this DOESband turns into a don'tband, and I do a half an hour shit. I go like I watch TV with the kids until 8 o'clock, and she's like, "All right, come on, let's go, let's get ready."
We're meant to be at the door by 8:15.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll go have a shower.
Got to have exactly. Got to have snacks. Got to have drink bottles. Do they have a jumper and all this stuff? And I'm like, just fucking pack what you can think of, and like let's get it. I turn into a fucking retard on the weekends. It's so bad, but yeah, I couldn't sort of see what a DOESband is.
Yeah. I'm one of those dads that will get a few things ready, make the way downstairs, out the door, into the car. I put the kids in the car, in their car seats, and strap them in just so I know that they're not going to just run off or just do something annoying.
Yep.
And then I'm like, all right, cool, now I can get everything ready. And so not most of the time they're fine, but my wife's like, what are you doing? Just like they trapped in the car. I'm like, oh, the door's open.
I cracked the window.
Put some music on for them.
The car's
Want
not
us to trap
started.
'em in.
All right. The carbon monoxide's not seeping into the garage, so we're fine.
Oh, so good.
I like, my little thing is getting a coffee. So if it's not a gym day, I still try to get up and get a coffee for the missus. So that way as she's sharing whatever, getting ready for work or whatever, or, you know, one of the kids is up or having to feed them, you know, I'll say Bub, but, you know, the 1-year-old, at least she comes home, or I come home, I'm like, here you go. And I always try on the weekends, or even during the week if I can, try to take one or both of them. So then that's like a bit of downtime for her. So
DOESband. Are you a DOESband? Yeah.
we're the DOESbands.
Do shit. Yeah.
Nice. Shit DOESbands podcast.
Doesn't have the same ring to it.
No, it does not.
Now, speaking of domestic dads, we're going to get into a bit of a topic in a moment with our Chat DAD segment around winter and sickness, because we know winter is coming and all those things that you need to prepare yourself. But before we get into that, Dave, you've got some tips and tricks for shopping with kids.
No, so I'm actually searching for tips and tricks.
Well, you heard mine before. I took the kids to the shops. I couldn't even keep them within 5-meter radius. There is no tip or trick.
No,
The
look.
tip is don't go to the shop.
Don't go to the shop.
I say that to the missus every single time we go to the shops. We shouldn't have done this.
No. I was talking about like grocery shopping. So it's a little bit different because my two, they can both sit up in the trolley. That's fine. The 1-year-old can hold herself up now, but not for a big shop. I couldn't do a full weekly shop with her, both of them by myself. I mean, I could, but it'd be fucking like it'd get pretty tough and pretty cranky towards the end. But what are some of the things that you do if you've got, say, one of them? So, because I went shopping the other day, just grocery shopping with it. The list was on the phone, stupidly, instead of a piece of paper. So I couldn't even hand the phone to her going, here you go, watch some Bluey or watch this. You know, peace and quiet.
Piece of fruit and a yogurt.
Yeah. Yep.
That's if you can't get a shop done within a piece of fruit and a yogurt, you're doing it wrong.
See, I-
Snacks are usually the
Yeah.
go-to, yeah.
And look, yeah. And that's what it was. Yeah. To me, it was, I found though, because she's getting to that independent stage, she's like, can I push the trolley? I'm like, yeah, but I have to hold the front. And that kind of gets me another 10, 15 minutes. So it's these little things.
Yeah.
As I said, she's pretty well behaved.
You push the trolley and she gets the stuff off the shelf.
That's another, I haven't used that yet, but that's another one. That's good.
If it's helping, then that's a good game.
Mine-
I think we spoke about this the other week. I put the kids on the weekend, both of them in the trolley in the double-seater, and spun it around and pushed it like they're going forwards. Because if they're staring at you, it's a bit boring. But if you spin it around, that was a game changer. They just thought
They
it was
loved
the
it.
best
Saw
thing ever.
everything.
Yeah, Dad, go fast. And I was like, all right.
Yep.
You know, push them and hopefully don't knock it over.
I do the 360. So like when
yes,
you're pushing and then you do the spin-a-rooney and let the trolley spin 360 while they're in it.
Yep.
And then you grab the handles again and they're like, oh my God, do it again. And you're just like, all right, well, that's just G'd them up a little bit. Happy days.
Yeah. I'm sure we've all done the run down the aisle and then jump up a little bit and like drag ourselves a little bit. Yeah. So now look, I just wanted to throw it out there. And again, if the listeners are there and they've got something that's really handy for us, especially as the dads that we go out and shop, that can get us through.
If you need a fart, drop one.
Yep.
And then just leave it. Blame the kids.
That too.
If someone has a go at you, he's like, sorry, man, we're really struggling with toileting. And it's just, sorry.
Oh, look, do I need to go to the bathroom and check your undies? I'm
Shit,
sorry,
Dad.
man. Nah, that's good. But while I am on that, boys, you would have seen it that I've got the Chat GPT and how to really use it.
Sorry?
Sorry, Chat DAD.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
No, anyway, how to actually really use it. I heard you talk about this as an activity as writing the list with the kids or getting the kids to write the list for shopping. Who sits there all the time going, what the fuck am I going to eat this week? Yeah, well, you know what I did? I asked it.
Oh, good.
I said the following. All right.
Game changer.
Yeah, this is what I said. It is a game changer. So my first one was real simple. I just went up. Give me a dinner list for a family of 4. Okay, here it is. They listed off 10 things. Spaghetti bolognese, grilled chicken fajitas, baked salmon, beef stir fry, vegetable lasagna, ribs, stuffed bell peppers. Fucking not going to that effort. But teriyaki chicken, margarita pizza, tacos. Build your own tacos. And then I'm like, yeah, cool. Now write me a shopping list for Woolworths. Number 1, spaghetti bolognese. Spaghetti pasta.
Yeah, nice. It
Beef,
goes through the
sauce,
whole thing.
garlic,
That's
salad bread.
gold.
And it's literally listed me there. And then so my wife doesn't like seafood.
Yeah, go
Last one
without
was
seafood.
Best with no seafood.
So good.
And it's literally given me 10 10 dinner ideas.
Chat DAD, thank you.
And I can just go now, write me a list.
That's
There
amazing.
you go.
And then copy it straight over.
Genuine game changer.
Helping you guys.
You heard it here
Thanks,
first.
mate. Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. Shit, that exclusive. Because nobody has ever thought of this.
No, they have
Yes.
not. But I bet
Especially Hamish Blake.
Yeah.
you- Oh, did he?
Well, Maddie
No.
J.
No, they didn't.
I fucking hope they haven't because I just like, God, this is great. I've been sitting on it for a couple of weeks.
That's a good point, actually. Can these Australian comedians and influencers stop making dad podcasts now?
Yeah, I reckon that's a good shout.
Yeah,
Because they're not
we've
as
already
good
got
as
it
us.
covered.
Yeah,
We don't need them.
yeah exactly.
so-
We don't need competition.
Yeah.
Stop
We're
using-
up episode 89. What are they? What, 2 or 3?
Fucking
Just
rookies.
Give up.
Yeah.
Stop using your TV popularity
Yeah.
to steal all our listeners.
No, they want to.
Yeah.
They just want to hear a couple of battlers talking about fatherhood stories.
That's it.
Of course I do.
That's it.
Nice. Should we do it then?
Let's do it.
Meep Morp Zeep Zorb.
100111100 Skynet.
Chat DAD.
Seamless.
Seamless.
I hear a different bit in that jingle. Like every single time we listen to it, there's just something comes out. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's right. We said that. That's good.
Skynet.
Yep.
Now,
Okay.
winter is coming. It's a terrible time when you're dropping your kids off at daycare and then you're quickly wiping their noses before they go in so it looks like they're not sick. And they're getting home and it's all dry and gross. And you're like, oh, no one's wiped it since I did this morning.
Yeah.
And that sickness, any new dads know it's going to come and get you at some point.
Yeah.
So,
It's going to get you.
yes, we asked ChatDAD to give us some top tips for keeping kids healthy and avoiding sickness over winter.
Good.
And it gives the usual responses: regular hand washing, good respiratory hygiene, cover their mouths.
Sorry, just quickly. Can we get back to the first one? What kids fucking wash their hands?
Oh, man. It's like pulling teeth trying to get my kids to wash their hands.
You know what
after
works
shit.
though? They do prefer, ours do, is just the hand
Hand
sanitizer.
sanitize, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That feels a bit less of a fight.
Okay.
That's good. It's
No,
good
but-
until they have a little cut and then it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry, Cam, go.
Ensure a healthy diet because, of course, they're not just eating dino nuggets. Prioritize regular physical activity. Yeah, let's go and do exercise
Yeah.
with the kids.
All right, kids. It's circuit day.
Get on the skip.
Yeah.
You're on the bike. You're skipping. And little new guy, mate, you're on crawling.
Oh,
All right?
add this, to your physical activity.
Go.
Obstacle course.
Oh,
Slash,
Yeah.
slash
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. Or what do they call
Ninja
that?
Warrior.
Ninja
Yes,
Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gold. We
That
got
is
some
cool.
monkey bars out the back. Yeah, it's good.
Well, that takes up 5 minutes.
Mm.
Here they've suggested dancing or yoga. Yeah, kids that stick around for a while and do yoga.
They're really patient.
Yeah. The next one is just, of course, why didn't I think of this? Get enough sleep.
No
You know?
shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. Super easy when you've got little kids.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure melatonin is it's outlawed. Like you got to get a script for it.
Yeah.
Right? I
Can you OD on melatonin?
I don't know, but fuck.
And there's a few more, but they also say consider flu vaccinations, which, by the way, we did last week. And
Smart.
You
yeah,
did.
kids don't like getting needles.
No, who would have thunk it?
So, of course, then, all right, this is all pretty generic. How do we get some top tips for avoiding sickness over winter, but in the style, of course, of Game of Thrones?
Yeah,
Winter
good.
is coming.
Winter is coming.
So hear me, parents of the realm.
Nice.
Winter is upon us, and the White Walkers of illness seek to plague our innocent children. But fear not, for I shall impart upon you the top tips to keep your little warriors healthy and unscathed during these bitter months. In the style of Game of Thrones. Forge thy hands with cleanliness. Master the dance of respiratory hygiene. Feast on the fruits of vitality. Engage in the joust of physical activity.
Good.
Which one's the sleep one?
Behead your
This is
father-in-law.
the
That's
best.
always a
Yeah.
good one.
This is the best. So this is get some sleep. Seek solace in the embrace of Morpheus. Oh my god, of course.
What?
Morpheus.
Yeah. It's very Game of Thrones.
And invoke the power of the maesters. Consult the wise healers of the realm
That's more like it.
to get a flu shot.
Good.
And finally, I asked ChatDAD Do it in the style of someone who's confused about the difference between Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, and Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, awesome.
Really piss off some nerds.
We're coming for you, nerds.
Well, this is gonna be good.
This is number 1. May the force be with cleanliness. Teach your little hobbits, whatever they are, the importance of washing their hands with magic soap. Like Gandalf or Darth Vader, they must scrub away the germs before meals and after. Number 2, the battle of respiratory etiquette. Show your younglings how to cover their mouths and noses when they exhale their dragon fire on their lightsabers. And finally, seek guidance from wise masters. Consult the wise wizards, maesters, and Yodas of your realm.
Very good.
So there you go.
Nice work.
Shout out to all the nerds.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Ooh.
Chat DAD.
DAD.
Yeah, not GPT.
No.
Should we bring in a bit of mum's word then?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I went behind your backs. I did tell you about this, but we didn't get time for it last week. I've done some research to find out what mums think that our best trait is as a dad. Because remember when I said what we do shitly?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
came
mum
up
was-
with something like
Mum
that,
was,
right?
Mum was doing a shit.
This took half a day for them to get back. The other one was immediately. Right. So Cam's wife says, Cam's a big kid, so he loves getting on the ground and being involved in the kids' games and making it more fun for them. Currently a lot of Paw Patrol missions for Mr. 3 to take his toys on and getting nails done in Miss 4's day spa. Mm-hmm. Good job, Dad.
Oh, well done.
And he's a DOESband. Classic. My missus, she said that I play with the kids and make it fun. Running around and wrestling with them. Being present and active at school is great too. Volunteering, being on the P&C, going to celebration of learning and sports days. It's not often that dads get to be involved at school and kids love it. Can I elaborate on that? Thanks, babe. Didn't see that coming. And also, you're not going to lose your dick and balls by volunteering a morning at the school. It's such a, it's only a mum's thing being on the P&C and volunteering at the school tuck shop because that's what we all grew up with.
Yeah.
But you see more and more dads now at home and getting involved. So shout out to the dads. Do what you can at the kids' school because they will appreciate it. They'll love it.
They love seeing you,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
They love seeing more of you and being involved in the school. And Mr. 5's principal came up to me today and said, funniest thing happened today. I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Mr. 5 ran out of his classroom today with another learner. And I was like, oh, for God's sake. And she goes, no, it's fine. We want them to do things like that. We want them to see their own errors and fix them and things. And we just found it really funny because all we had to say to him was, I'm sure your dad won't want to know about this. And him and the other learner both sprinted back in the classroom. So good.
They're using you.
Maybe that's the effect that they need to have dads at home and at school.
Yes.
So be good.
Did Dad drop you off today?
Yeah.
Then he's picking you up. Maybe I need to talk to him. Oh, shit.
And Dave's wife, Trace, said that Dave's an awesome girl dad. That's it. No, I'm joking. No, I could say all the generic stuff like he puts family first and is a good provider, but that is what any parent would do, right? He always dresses up, gets his toes painted, plays makeup, dollies, mums and dads, and dance parties. Whatever the girls want to do, he does it without being embarrassed and is genuinely happy to do it. Good DOESbanding, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Good job.
Gee, we're good dads.
We are the best.
We are the best husbands.
Not only are we shit dads, we're good dads while we're at it. All right, boys. Should we do it? The real one? Best part of the week?
Yeah.
Shit dad story of the week.
I just liked hearing it
God.
twice.
One and a half times.
Yeah.
What do you got
That's
this
it.
week, Dave?
Oh, geez, boys, can you come back to me?
Yep.
Because it's gone. I didn't write it down.
I'll start because mine's short and sweet and to the sharp. So Little Miss 4 decided to take it upon herself and swallow half a bottle, I'm talking like 30 ml bottle, of Dulcolax or laxatives.
Oh.
And needless to say, she was on poo watch for the next 48 hours. I wish I didn't because it was like rusty water, but it came hard and fast.
Good cleaner.
You made that mistake once.
Oh,
Yeah. From now on, the Dolcolac stays up real high.
yeah, with the lid. Does it not have a special lid?
I thought it did.
Oh, fuck.
Clearly not. Or she's just real smart and she can just push and twist at the same time.
Oh, maybe that's it. Look, mine is not the one I was going to run this week because it's just gone from my head. So I'll blame the sickness. It's not really. The Miss almost 4 was at home, and 1-year-old's around now, and she just gets into anything and everything. We remember that stage, standing up, walking. You know, it's hilarious watching them walk because it's like their hands are above their head to keep their balance.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, it's hilarious. But anyway, 1-year-old was over at their little play kitchen, and there's quite a fair few little metal toys that are there, like the bowls and whatnot. And as she's pulling it off, it's just making the ding, ding, ding crash sound. At the time, almost Miss 4 is sitting on the couch holding a doll with her shirt up, pretending to breastfeed. And the next minute, she gets up and she turns to the Miss 1 and goes, "Ugh! So noisy, Heidi," and then starts storming off to her room. "For fuck's sake, Heidi, so noisy, fuck's sake." And then continue on to go to her bedroom to put her doll to bed.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, obviously
Learn from the best.
shit parenting. I sit there and I was like, I don't fucking say for fuck's sake. I swear a lot, but I don't say fuck's sake. So that's the
all mum.
missus.
Nice.
Definitely.
That's how you know.
Can you hear the bus? Because I'm pushing her straight under.
Yeah, straight under.
Yeah.
Well, this week for me, fellas, on Saturday before the floppy fins, I was looking after all 3 kids by myself for the first time. So I was pretty happy with myself. It was like, I can do this. I got this. Had the bottle already. Remembered how to heat it up properly without scalding them. Had a few activities planned for the kids. But in general, it was only a couple of hours, but it went pretty much as well as you can expect. So we were doing okay. I had the new guy in the ergo. He'd just woken up. I was going to give him the bottle for the first time. All right, put him down. You can be still in this little rocker for 5 minutes. I'm going to quickly put your brother to bed for his daytime nap. Come here, mate, chasing him around, trying to get his nappy on. There's a knock at the door. Okay. Well, hold on a sec. Go outside. Some Jehovah Witnesses.
Oh.
And they're asking, do I realise, kind of how the world's turned to shit? I was like, I know, I'm living it right now.
This is my
happening to me.
Do you not see that kid on the table? He should not be on that table. All right, I got to go.
So I said, sorry, can't talk right now. I've just got to get this nappy on my son. I walk in their room, and here he is, standing on his sister's pillow, just done a piss. So I blame those Jehovah's Witnesses because I would have got the nappy on him in time.
Damn you, jeebus!
Made me quite mad at them.
That's awesome.
I can't believe you entered the door firstly.
Well, it's just a knock. No one really ever knocks on my door. I was like, who is this? Is it the neighbour? What's going on?
What you want?
So, do what most dads would do. Quickly grab the pillow, get the nappy on him, get him sorted. Throw the pillow outside on the back deck. All right, I'll sort that in a second. Put in the sun to dry. I guess you dry it, wash it. I wasn't really sure. Went back in, sorted him, come back out, and of course, the dog's sitting on the wee pillow. And I'm just like, all right, he's getting a new pillow again. So,
wow.
That's,
Good job.
a few hours. We survived, and then I got to go to the footy. So.
I think you handled that well. I reckon that deserves what's a good dad award? A purple fart.
Purple fart.
Yeah.
An awkward fart.
Yeah. You see, awkward.
The old awkward heart medal.
A little bit of magenta in there for you guys.
That's awesome, Cam. Good job.
Yeah, well played, mate. Awesome.
Now, before we wrap it up for the week, Nick, some footy wrap I
Yeah.
think you need to get into.
I think we need to do the shit dad footy wrap. Okay, so last round, guys, it was very disappointing yet again. And I don't know why I didn't stick with I'm not backing the Broncos until they prove they can play against good teams. I was just like, nah, they'll get something out of it. They didn't, obviously. So they broke us up in the first leg of the multi, going down to the Panthers in Penrith, losing by 11. They could only lose by 8 going off our multi.
Yep.
Dolphins dug the dagger deeper, getting beaten by 8 at home after we gave them the 6-point head start in the second leg. And then the Titans, after we picked them to win by 2 or more points, the less said about that, the better. So 0 out of 3, all up.
I have a tip for everyone, all our listeners.
Don't back the Titans.
No, whatever we put it on, don't. Go the opposite.
I'm hoping for a change of luck this week, right? So we got Origin week coming up.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good players missing. So now, if any time is going to be an upset, now would be the time to bring those. So Dolphins against the Dragons, Cam, at Suncorp, Thursday night. Dragons don't have Ben Hunt. He's in the Queensland side.
How many players do the Dolphins have in
Well,
the Queensland team?
Hammer.
One.
Hammer, so
Your fullback.
Fidel, whatever it is. I can't even say his name.
All right.
Just call him the Hammer, but he's their best player. Also, Ben Hunt is their best player.
So pretty even then. Are the Dragons doing well at the moment?
No. They're playing better than they were at the start of the season. They're fighting, actually showing some signs of life.
But they're like the
Other
bottom
than-
three,
Yeah.
aren't they?
I'll still back Dolphins. I think their performance last week obviously wasn't great, but
It was
they
against the
didn't
Storm.
just throw the towel in. They tried. They gave it a good nudge.
They were up against a team who are professional grinders.
I think
They just know what they're doing.
the pitch was shit, but you can't blame the pitch because the Storm played on the same pitch and they just played real well. Dolphins made a lot of errors.
As I said, it's
Yeah.
against a side that, as I said, they're professional grinders. They just grind away at you. Whether they're winning, whether they're losing, they just keep doing what they do.
Yeah.
And then they have the players when they need them. And then, bam, next minute you're like, shit, now we're behind.
So with the experience of the Dolphins, the older team, do we want to back them just head to head? No line?
Yeah.
Done.
It's no Kafusi too, hey?
No Felice Corfusi.
Is he out again?
He's
From
He's
the
suspended.
HIA?
again.
Yeah.
How many games was it this time?
It was 2 games, I think, he got.
Yeah.
The tribunal. Anyway, so Dolphins head to head, $1.50.
All right.
Leg
Yep.
number 1.
Yep.
The Warriors against the Broncos in New Zealand on Saturday. Also absolutely ravaged by Origin. The whole spine, basically, minus Reno and Mam. Actually, the whole pack. Sorry, not the spine.
Yeah, I was just
So
gonna say,
missing
but
Walsh,
You know Walshy. but
no
you've got
Walsh, no Haas,
Yep.
no Carrigan,
No Flegler.
no Flegler. They're missing a lot of
Yep.
big boys.
I'm just trying to
The
think.
Kiwis have got some big boys, so their pack's going to outweigh us big time. But when you look at our back rowers, they're really good at the kick chase. They put a lot of pressure on defense. I still want to say the Broncos are going to get something out of it. They've got Tristan Saylor coming in for Reece Walsh, so he's getting his first start of the season. That's been a long-awaited start, but Walsh has been playing so well, so it's like, when is he going to get his chance? Gets his chance at fullback.
So where are you going?
We're missing our 2 biggest forwards. I'm going to go with the Broncos with the 7.5 point head start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they can lose by no more than 7 points, but I'm backing Mam and Reynolds to keep them in the match for as long as for the whole 80. I'm going to say.
Oh, their general's back, so that should definitely help.
Yep. So that's leg number 2. This is a bit of a neutral because the Titans have a bye this week.
I still think they'll lose in the second half.
They'll find a way.
How did that happen?
Why do we only get 1 point? Where the fuck did the point go?
Oh my god. The Cowboys are playing, and they're playing at the Eels. What do you reckon?
I would
Cowboys
not.
are also ravaged.
I would not like to be the Cowboys players at the moment. Like their coach would be like tearing shreds on them. Like,
I think Todd Payton is not
Yeah.
going to be holding back.
no, he won't be.
No.
And I think he's also probably wishing that his Origin stars were still in the
Oh,
because he
100%.
would just be. He's going to go. Those poor Cowboys. Those poor Cowboys are going to have like multiple weeks of him just peppering them at
Yeah.
training until these Origin stars come back, and then
Yeah.
then he'll be like, okay, done.
Well, Going off the team sheets, from the top of my head, the Eels aren't missing anyone because they're not good enough to have any good players go for rep. I'll just say the Eels. But they still have the big dogs. So
I think Eels.
I'm going Eels 13 plus.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
That sports guy is going the Eels.
He was very quick at that, so
Yeah.
we're definitely going 13
He's definitely
plus on
confident. Yeah. All right. So if we're going to go the $10 this week, that multi pays $4.90. So it's a $49 win if it gets up. Not quite as good as last week, but let's go with the smaller odds and try for something a bit more realistic.
I will put it on.
Cairn the Bronx, and then Cairn Queensland.
Yeah.
I
Should we actually? That's
We'll do.
Adelaide.
Yeah, I think next week's multi is going to be on the Origin.
So we actually,
It's gotta be.
Okay, well,
With the
we'll
big-
have time to put it in there.
Big
Yep.
same game multi.
Yep.
Put it all on maroon.
Gamble responsibly.
All right, guys. That's been a great app. Good to have you back, Dave.
Thanks,
Yes.
boys.
See you feeling better.
It's good to be back.
Any final thoughts? Obviously, we've spoken all things domestic. DOESband.
I'm going to say be a DOESband. Just it's 2023. We're not living in 1970s England anymore. Don't sit on your ass and make the missus do everything. Having a million projects or DIY jobs half finished is a different story than just not getting shit done around the house that needs to be done at that time, like emptying the bin, like
Just empty the bin.
cleaning a shitter that's got a massive croc slide up the basin. You know, like sometimes shit just needs to be done.
Classics.
Don't do it. Like just do it so your missus doesn't have to.
Yeah.
100%. Mine has nothing really to do with anything except for write stuff down, because I have forgotten like about 4 things of the show just tonight. And if you've noticed, everything next to Dave is blank.
Yeah, well,
Yeah. So no, write things down. And in regards to being a girl dad, just don't be afraid to, I guess, to stop that stereotype of no, sorry, you can't do my nails. And I'm not saying that we're at that age anymore, but if they want to do that, go do it. So one of my favorite things that I did was to go get a pedi with Isla. It was like it was actually the best thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I might just keep
that's
this.
good bonding, mate. Yeah.
And it was amazing. So just as I said, don't be afraid. And who cares if she's looking up at you?
Yeah.
Or, he's looking up at you. Whatever it is, boy, girl, and they've got a smile on their face. Who gives a fuck
You
what
won.
these people are all thinking about you doing that? So
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
And I'll just say, if you could knock on the door, put the nappy on first. Thanks once again, everyone, for joining us for another busy week in fatherhood. We'll be in your ears again this time next week. Have a good week, everybody. See ya.
see you all.
Whether you came for some dad advice, a laugh, or some dad hacks, we thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen.
Please get involved on our socials at ShitDadPod on Instagram and TikTok, or ShitDad Podcast on Facebook, and of course the share line 07 30 40 95 45.
And support the guys who keep us rolling. Black Property Group and Anytime Fitness Griffin. Add value to your house with your dad bod out.
And don't forget, whether you're here for your kids daily or not, be present wherever you can, because we're all in the same boat when it comes to fatherhood for the kids.